Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. Today I'm here with a collaboration with Syresa Ann and Tara Brooke here at YouTube, and we are going to be talking about cancel culture. Editing Emily here early in the video, I totally forgot to introduce Syresa and Tara. I have a couple of little clips from both of their channels. So first of all, introducing Syresa Ann.
When the receipts came out that Tati had lied, everyone just fucked off. No one cared. Where was everyone at with their fucking anger and their, spilling the hot tea on Tati? Where was all that energy when that fuckery happened? That's what I don't understand. That's what fucking sucks about cancel culture. Where's the justice in what she did to James Charles?
And introducing Tara Brooke.
Sephora is still using Kat Von D's name in promotional emails. So as far as I'm concerned, KVD Beauty is still a 100% representation of Kat Von D, and I don't think it won't be until they stop using her name, period, and stop using her designs and stop using everything she created. It's like wearing a Make America Great Again hat and saying, oh, but I don't support Trump. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're representing that person whether you support them or not. So, like, maybe just don't represent them.
So, Tara and Syresa and I've had this collaboration in the works for a couple of weeks now. If you happen to be over here from Tara or Syresa's channel, welcome. Thank you for coming over and joining. I would love for you to subscribe and follow along with all my colorful shenanigans. But if you came over here from their channels, you might have seen a clip of me in a slightly different background, similar outfit. It's because I'm filming this video again. So I filmed this video about a week and a half ago, or somewhere between a week and a half ago. And it was a pretty rambly mess. And while I'm generally okay with long form videos here on my channel, I felt like the gap in time gave me some time to kind of reflect, and thought I would try to redo this video. Now, when Syresa and Tara and I started talking, we didn't really come up with like a hard and fast guideline of what we wanted to talk about within cancel culture. So I just want to kind of dive into the main reasons why I would cancel someone. And when I say cancel someone, I'm mostly going to be talking about influencers and basically people who are a business within themselves. So that's going to be most of the focus. It'll kind of jump into brand things, but let's just put it right. Let's just put it out there. The big hitters. We're going to be talking about Sister Jeffree Hill, James Charles, Jaclyn Hill, Pastel Skeletor, Tati, and we'll see who else we dip in and out of. For me, when it comes to the decision to cancel, it really comes down to two main things, although a third very obvious one is going to be added to the list. If you manipulate, if you gaslight, or if you're a fucking racist, I'm going to cancel you. So, manipulation, I mean, it's everywhere. It's kind of business and marketing is a lot of manipulation. But there's a difference between what I would consider kind of normal marketing and the kind of parasocial manipulation that I've seen within some of the people that I've canceled. To manipulate is to control or influence a person, a situation, in a clever or unfair or unscrupulous way. All of those words, clever, unfair, or unscrupulous, just make me think of some of the big YouTubers who I have canceled. So the first most blatant manipulation that I have to talk on would be Tati Westbrook. Tati Westbrook has, for the past couple of years, I believe, used filters on her videos. I'm not 100% sure if she's still using them on a regular basis, but she uses them. And she is in a tax bracket where she's using ones that if you are not kind of knowledgeable on filters, you probably wouldn't pick up on it. I probably didn't pick up on it until other people on the internet kind of called it out, and then I was noticing it. I haven't watched her for years. I've dipped in and out to kind of see what she's up to, but I haven't been a fan or follower for at least a year to probably 2 or 3 years. But she has a skincare vitamin company. She has a beauty brand. She also has, affiliate links or, magic links. She has multiple kind of venues to sell on her channel. So to sit there and use filters on your videos while you're also selling skincare vitamins or makeup gets me so riled up. There's such a level of manipulation because here's the thing. Okay, let's say it's not her eyeshadow palette, because I haven't used that. I don't know shit about it. But let's say it's just some highlighter that she loves or some foundation that she's raving about. You're watching it through that filter. You see this gorgeous skin. You are like, fuck it, I'm going to go buy that $50 foundation that she's raving about, or that $100 primer, or insert other ridiculous thing. You buy it, you put it on your face, and then you're like, am I a gremlin? Like, my texture is accentuated, or my, or it's setting into my pores, or all these other things that are subtly smoothed out with a filter on camera. Does it mean that your skin is also different from her? Totally. It's possible that, the filter is only hiding a 10% of flaws, and the rest is just skincare and everything else that she has the access to because of her wealth. But the filter is in my opinion, that last level of manipulation that makes people envious of the products that she's putting on her face and encourages them to go out and buy. And I can't support that. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to encourage people to watch that. And it's like enough, among other things, to cancel a person. Okay, editing Emily back. With Tati, I totally forgot to talk about her and the James Charles situation. Because I feel like whatever the fuck happened there, it was like master manipulation. Whether it was true or false, I don't even fucking know. But on her part, it was master manipulation. Another queen of manipulation, thanks to her evangelical background, is Jaclyn Hill. Jaclyn Hill takes advantage of her audience, manipulates their emotions, manipulates the relationship she has with her audience to such degree. She constantly kind of talks to them like they're friends or they're family of hers. She talks about how close she is, how hard it is to be away from them, but she's away from them. If you don't want to make videos, just don't make videos. But to sit there and for years upon years have this up and down of filming, not filming, filming, not filming, with actually mostly large gaps of not filming, and every time you come back talk about, it was so hard to be away from you, it was so hard. Really? So here's the thing. Emotional manipulation is something I don't really want to put up with in my personal life, within friendships and relationships and familial and romantic, all the kinds of relationships that we're not doing that in my life. So I fucking refuse to watch that happen with influencers or brands on the internet. And again, Jacqueline is selling. Before she had her brand, she was always selling a collab. Now that she has her brand, she's always selling. So the manipulation feels even more toxic because it's always tied to money. Editing Emily back again. Miss Jacqueline also showed us how to gaslight customers by, telling somebody that their lips are in bad shape because that's why their bullet lipstick has a weird texture to it. Her whole lipstick release is a bigger study on... It's just a bigger study. But between how she handled the lipstick release, how she had these Morphe palettes that were lower quality and she claimed to change them, but then they weren't really changed with the vault. Every release, whether it's a collab or her brand, I feel like has some layer of manipulation or gaslighting kind of built into it. Now, there are other people out there that I've mentioned that I think fall more into that definition of gaslighting that I can't fucking deal with. So if you don't know, so gaslighting is kind of a newer word in my life, I would say within the last decade maybe. But once I discovered the word, it just so perfectly fits situations that some of us experience. So gaslighting is to manipulate somebody by psychological means into questioning their own sanity. Okay, so let's say Mr. James Charles. He has a palette. He sits there, talks about how it is the be-all end-all palette. It's for everyone. It has rainbow. It has neutrals. It's for everyone. It's affordable. It has every color you would need. It's supposed to be easy to work with. By saying it's for everyone, to me, connotates that it's easy to work with and both beginners and professionals can get something out of this palette. Cool. Okay. Palette launches. There's some complaints that come in. There's some talk about how certain colors are patchy or other issues. And all of a sudden, James is talking about how, well, you need to use a primer. You have to use a primer with certain colors or with the palette. You have to do this, you have to do that. Sir, you just told me you just spent all this time building this up as this easy to use thing. And then, once you've convinced me of something and thus sold me something, then you're going to come around and say, well, no, you just need this for it to work. It's not working because it's your fault. You just need this thing for it to work. Okay. So, with that, when I watched that go down, I definitely classified that as gaslighting in my head because I feel like I both saw and kind of inferred, but even on Twitter, I was seeing, people talk about how maybe I missed it. Maybe I didn't catch that part of the video. Like they were trying to excuse this person's behavior because of the parasocial relationship that people have with him. And because they believe what the person presents. And then when the person flips the script on them, they want to continue believing that person. So you start blaming yourself. And I think that's the biggest thing of gaslight. It's like, that's the whole questioning your own sanity. I don't know why I forgot so many parts. But editing Emily here to just mention that James Charles has had multiple incidences of photoshopping his makeup. literal photo manipulation to try to make yourself look like a better makeup artist than you are. How about you just do the makeup and stop with the bullshit? Or if you want to be a Photoshop artist, then fucking admit it. But lying constantly about how you created a look, how the fuck am I going to trust a word out of your mouth? I'm not, so I'm not going to pay attention to you. And in my opinion, the king of the gaslight and also the king of the bullies is Pastel Skeletor. There's just so much with him. Okay, if I'm being honest, do I need to explain why, what he, do I? He attacks his own customers, his own fans. Not only is he bullying his own customers, but then I feel like the whole cycle kind of makes me think of like narcissistic gaslighting, which is when, okay, this person has unfairly treated you a certain way, and then they just kind of act like it didn't happen. They invalidate that whole thing. And to me, that's that whole process. That's that whole cycle he goes through whenever he's like on a rampage with his own fucking fans and customers. And then it just kind of like switches back to like, oh, I'm giving away money. Oh, here's my Lux life. And it's like you're just supposed to forget the fact that he just might have attacked you personally. Editing Emily back in for a little Jeffrey update. Somehow I just totally forgot about the James Charles situation. No matter what the truth is with that, in that situation, to me, Jeffrey proved he is willing to lie and manipulate to an extreme that's super uncomfortable. Because either he's protecting a predator, or he's lying to frame somebody into being a predator. So, I'm simplifying a lot of this video compared to my first go at it because I think y'all can understand where I'm coming from with these things. But Pastel Skeletor rolls right into like, my brain is like zapping. I'm sorry about this. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna leave in, but that he rolls right into overt and covert racism, and how I'm just now completely at the point of being over this concept of separating the makeup from the brand or from the owner, especially when you're being fucking overtly racist. So just to finish up with Pastel Skeletor, calling a black woman a gorilla, calling a black woman a rat, don't fucking tell me that's not racism. Okay, in case you happen to be a stan, if you're a stan of his and you're in my comment section, go off all you want. I'll just hide you. Thank you for the engagement. So, that's multiple reasons why I don't fucks with him. But then I see other brands. I see perhaps the way ColourPop has just recently treated the ColourPop Me Black movement, where Neon MUA and Killer King spent months promoting this hashtag to lift up black creators that are creating, looks using ColourPop products, because ColourPop was not featuring like almost any black people in their social media. And then within the last week, I think in the process of revealing their like pull up or shut up numbers, they were also promoting black creators and didn't even acknowledge ColourPop Me Black until there was even more outrage, and then they finally acknowledged Neon MUA and Killer King. That's not progress. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's not progress. And I don't want to give my money to brands like that anymore. I see you, ColourPop. Obviously fucking Kat Von D, even KVD Vegan Beauty making friends, blah blah blah. Nowadays, I'm still trepidatious to buy anything from them. Oh, speaking of this last week, Glow Recipe. Glow Recipe is the example of manipulating the situation. So this pull up or shut up movement is basically requesting companies to reveal percentage of Black employees, both in leadership and overall. So Glow Recipe, let's see what they said. Over the past few days, we've had some incredibly important, difficult conversations with our team about inclusivity and representation and what we can do to support the Black Lives Matter movement. After discussing with our employees of all backgrounds, parentheses, Black, Brown, Asian, Latinx, LGBTQ+, they expressed that they are not comfortable being reduced to the percentage they make up in our workforce. Except, once this hit the internet, there was an image from their own Instagram from a Zoom meeting where there was maybe 16 or 20 people in the picture, and perhaps one of them was Black, maybe. So here's the thing. This is manipulation. Telling me that your team expressed the uncomfortability of being reduced to a percentage, to me, is a loud and clear sign of you didn't want to reveal it and you wanted to let your team be the reason to do that. And that's fine, because I don't have to give you my money. So yeah, there's a lot of brands that were already on my I don't think so list. Benefit, Almay, Pastel Skeletor, KVD's. But the more of this that comes out, the more canceling I'm going to be happy to do. Y'all might think this is just a trend. And for some people it is. Some people are going to say, they're going to talk big talk. They're going to say that they're canceling different brands because of, racist actions. And then they're going to go on and buy from those brands. That happens. In this situation in particular, I'm tired of just letting brands get away with their shit. And I'm really tired of this concept of separating the makeup from the person. Because guess what? That is only something that white people can do. Black people cannot just separate the makeup from the person. Either because, and this is a tidbit of information that I got from Audra, and so I'm giving her the credit because it's her thought, her perspective. Either because their audience, if they happen to have any kind of social media presence, their audience will tear them the fuck down if they are showing a brand from somebody who is overtly or covertly racist. Or the other part of it that I thought of is that I'm sure for a lot of Black people, they can't just separate the makeup from the person, because if they own something from a shithead, every time they see that thing, every time they go to use it, they might be reminded of that person's racist actions. So, yes, this idea of cancel culture, it gets a lot of shit talking. It gets a lot of people saying it's just a trend. It's not going to make a difference. I still think it can make a difference. I think it's about accountability. It's not just about canceling. And whether or not you believe that, that's totally fine either way. I'm not sitting here talking about my perspective on cancel culture because, I want everyone to behave the way I behave. I'm old enough to understand that shit's not happening. But I also just wanted to talk about it because I am kind of vocal. If I don't fucking like a brand, I'm looking at you, Morphe. Speaking of big motherfucking manipulators with their undisclosed affiliate codes until they were forced to disclose. I'm over it. So this whole discussion is mostly focused around makeup. I get if you're not super into canceling across the board. For me, specifically when it comes to makeup, there's so much makeup out there. There's so many brands. There's so many formulas. There's just so much out there. It's so overly saturated that I can dismiss a dozen brands And I still don't feel limited. I don't feel constricted. Oh, I also want to just quickly say, because I only mentioned some bigger brands, canceling brands because I've seen overt or covert racism is not something I'm just limiting to mainstream brands. Because I'm seeing some of these indie brands out there, and I'm watching. So, yeah. I made the mistake of not saying this from the beginning, but if you do not watch Tara, if you do not watch Syresa, please go check out their videos, go check out their channel. I will have their videos and their channels linked in the description box. Thank you to them for inviting me into this collaboration. I hope this was maybe interesting. It was an interesting perspective. I would love to hear your thoughts on cancel culture in the comments. Let's talk about it. Thank you so much for spending a bit of your day with me. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe. Feel free to like it or dislike it if you didn't like it. Come over and check me out on Instagram and Twitter. I'm omnivorous on both of those platforms. I also have a Patreon. Thank you so much to my patrons. You seriously make every day of my life just a little bit better. And if you're interested in joining it or seeing what's going on over there, it is linked in the description box. I would love to see you over there. Otherwise, please take care of yourself. Stay safe. Drink some water. Feed yourself. People out there love you and care about you. I hope to see you again real soon, everybody. Bye, friends.